was a dead
That was
flop.
like a staple of the podcast, like drinking Four Loko? Or?
It started that way because everybody was like, you need a niche. And I was like, okay, my niche will be making people drink Four Loko. Welcome back to the Off My Meds podcast. Today, I have probably one of my favorite acts of 2024, Matthew Rhodes from a band called Tropidelic. They are a lovely, amazing mixture of reggae, hip-hop, funk. If you know, you know. If you don't, get ready to have some FOMO because I'm in love with these guys. And if you see them on the road, please, please, please go check them out. And without further ado, I will shut the fuck up. Matt Rhodes.
Yeah, I got the juice like a snow cone. Ice in my veins and a cold flow. I'm getting cash overseas by the boatload. You wanna ride my wave? That's a no-go. Senoritas going loco. Make it bounce like a pogo. All my haters see rojo.
I see you had some decent names on here. Like I saw Atmospheres on your. You had.
Yeah. So they were asking me like who my favorite interview was, and I was like, Slug from Atmospheres by far. I think still the biggest shock because. I mean, kind of like you though, he came in very subdued and I was like not expecting it because I'm a little more high energy. But he had so many amazing, insightful things to say about like his songwriting process and coping with grief and how he came up with God Loves Ugly and how he even came up with the name Slug. And so like I watch over and over just to be like, damn, I can't believe I fucking made that happen.
Slug's like one of my like idols for real.
Really? Who were your biggest influences?
I mean, most definitely like, you know, Sublime's 311, Nick Hexum, and then as I got a little bit older in my teenage years, like definitely like Atmosphere, we were just rocking Atmosphere nonstop in college. The Roots, like that kind of stuff. We got into hip hop in a major way.
I definitely hear it in some of the music that you make. Although I will say, I think one of the things I love about the Tropidelic sound is your originality. Like with some bands I can pinpoint exactly who their influences were and who they're kind of mimicking after. And with you, I can't pinpoint it. Like every song that you make is super original. How do you keep it that way with everybody kind of sampling music these days and making reproductions off of reproductions?
I don't think about it too much, I guess. You know, we're not like shooting for anything other than being ourselves, and I'm just like incredibly influenced by a lot of different things. And I guess it's like they try to tell you like to kind of fit in a lane or something like that. It's always just been really difficult for me. So all the different facets of my personality and writing come out, I guess, you know.
Yeah, did you ever feel pressure in the beginning parts of your career to fit in a box?
Yeah. I mean, not so much at the beginning. I mean, as things got like bigger and more successful in the suits they call them, you know, and management and so forth get involved, then you start hearing things. But early on, it was just so natural and free, and we would just keep adding guys to the band and take all kind of risks musically, and I think it was all super necessary and just kind of imperative in our growth and how things panned out the way they did.
I love that. You guys have been on the tour on the road for about a month, but you're on tour all the time. Is there something that you take on the road with you, without a doubt, can't forget? Or else you'll lose your mind?
I mean, lately I'm super hyper focused on just being like aware of myself and my health. Recently, that's only because I did not do so for many years of my life. But nowadays I'm deep into reading. So if I don't have a book with me, it's like now the game is like do anything you can to like stay off your phone. But when I stop reading, I notice there's something like kind of missing. Mentally, spiritually, whatever it is, I can tell like something's off here. So I stay reading. Always got to have a book on the road. At least
sure.
The last couple years, at least.
Was the staying off your phone a Dr. Raymond piece of advice?
No.
Okay, all right. No screen time, which is very easy. But if you're on the road, man, I can imagine.
Oh, everyone's just buried in their phones.
Scrolling.
I have a son, and we keep him off screens. But it's real hard. I mean, there's constantly I look up and everyone's just facing the phone and stuff, and I get it. It's like hard not to. But as I'm older now, like I try to focus on my intuition, and I could just tell like it's like just draining my life force when I'm buried in this in this.
When you're like, am I gaining any substance by doing this right now? Most of the time, not. Home life seems to be a big part of this crew, as far as what I've gathered just in talking to you. You guys take a lot of breaks and make sure you guys have a lot of home time. What does that look like when you're not on tour?
It's like, you know, it's good to be home, but I'm just like a workaholic. It's nonstop. So I'm in the gym, 7 days a week when I'm home. I'm in the studio almost just as much. I just stay hustling. I get more family time in, which is what it's all about, and I love that. But for me, it's just go, go, go. That's just me. I can't speak on everyone's behalf. But
have you always been that way?
I pretty much. I cleaned up my life and my act almost 10 years ago now, and it's kind of like, you know, you just refocus that energy.
For sure.
So at least that long, I've just like, I gotta stay occupied. Like idle hands are the work of the devil kind of thing. So I stay.
Yeah, you and James have like come up with a lot of stuff together. And is it true that you gave out 10,000 free copies of your first EP when you were releasing it?
Yeah, probably at least. So I started the band in college super early, with no anticipation of it ever being a career. Or it was literally just like, we'd get drunk, we had a big college party house, we'd have fun. But that was still like CD era. So we would sell weed, we'd take all the profits, go to the computer lab, shut down every computer, put demos in them all, burn them all, and like just mass distribute them on the corners of the campuses. Like so much so that they had to change the policies on campus of like where you could flyer and like what you could do, because we would just destroy like promo. Yeah. But like, and that was like different lineup of guys and the whole different thing, but like that sort of like energy and that sort of like push and just go has like always been the constant.
Yeah.
Through many years now.
What has changed for you in that music distribution that would apply like in this day and age?
What do you mean what has changed?
Because you can't do that anymore.
Oh,
it's not about EPs and CDs, you know? It's about streams and the algorithm and like all this BS. So
the game's changed significantly. I don't know. You gotta adapt. You know, you have to stay fluid with your goals and your thinking. Lately, I've been saying to these guys, like, it's not even like we have to. It's not so much to think about what do I need to do differently. What do I do? It's almost like you need to think different about what you're doing, which I find is like the key to unlocking like your next level. Is like think about what you're doing differently.
I like that. I want to talk about Cleveland really quick.
All right.
By the way, I had no idea that Ohio is the hometown of Four Loko. I didn't realize Four Loko was made in Ohio.
I didn't know
James
that
told me that earlier.
Yeah.
He's like, you might want to bring it up. What is the most Ohio thing about you?
Four Loko?
No way. You're sober, right?
I'm sober.
You're still sober?
I can still taste the Four Loko in my mouth. Though,
Likewise. I can't.
So gross.
I know. I was trying to tell them that's where this podcast started like 3 years ago. I had my guest drink Four Loko and I couldn't do it anymore because I would like need to sleep for 5 days. And James was like, Four Loko was made in Ohio. You should bring that up on the pod. And I'm just going to be like, yeah, that was a dead
That was
flop.
like a staple of the podcast, like drinking Four Loko? Or?
It started that way because everybody was like, you need a niche. And I was like, okay, my niche will be making people drink Four Loko. And then it got really embarrassing. I'd go to the store and everybody be like, only homeless guys drink these. And I'd get fucked up and fuck up the questions. And so then I was like, we gotta graduate a little bit.
So I was big on it. Like I remember, like in the depths of depravity, it was either they were taking them, it was either they're pulling the caffeine or they're pulling them all from the shelf. I can't remember what their reason was.
They discontinued it with.
Okay, so when that happened, I went to the store and I bought all of them. Like I bought a cooler and I brought it back to my apartment. So they were just sitting there, and I would go to town for like, you know, I wiped it out.
No way.
I was serious, yeah.
Really?
So I can still taste it in my mouth.
All right, so there is a tie to Four Loko that I was not aware of.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Everybody seems to have a story from when the Four Loko had the caffeine in it. I have a question on your songwriting process. Do you start, I'm curious to know how the workhorse comes up with songs. Do you delegate much, if any, of it, or?
Lately, I mean, I always find we experiment a little bit with like kind of like listening to kind of people's beats and working with producers and so forth, but it seems to work best for us when it comes from us, one of us. But that being said, that includes like some friends that we include, a couple different producers
No,
that
come
we
in.
use.
Come in. You're good. You're good. No, you're fine. It's totally good.
Anyway, but if James is rapping something, he wrote it. You know, if I'm singing or rapping something, I wrote it. So everyone's doing their own stuff, but we include like a wide group of the homies. As far as like, we're not like some people be like, oh, like I would never sing or use somebody else's like written. Like, no.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's just like you should like do what's best for the recording and for the song, and I'm like that includes like our whole working group.
For a couple of songs that come to mind for me, Turning Your Pain into sort of, I don't want to call it an upbeat song, but you do have a way of making hard topics light. And I'm just curious to know like how much practice you had at that before you felt like you got good at it.
You say practice as if it was like deliberate though. Like I don't even know what I'm doing half the time.
All
You know
right,
what I'm saying? So
explain that though, because I feel like a lot of people struggle with just starting somewhere. Oh, there goes my ring.
again, like I think everything, I can always speak. It's like it's hard for me to even like remember some of this stuff. I always say that like it's been preached to me forever. Like you need to have goals. You need to write down your goals. You need to work towards them. And like all, you know, so you hear that over and over. And I've like never done that as it relates to this. All I have done is just woke up every day and just like being continue to be pulled somewhere by some unknown presence. Like I just keep going and going and going, and it keeps building. But it's never like a deliberate, not the songwriting, not like the tour, anything. It's just like why and for many years I'm like, why am I even like I have no idea why I'm here or what I'm doing. But like I'm just gonna keep doing it. Maybe because I was too scared of what the alternative was. Mm-hmm. But as it relates to the music, now more than ever, I follow my intuition. Like if my heart's not in it, if it doesn't feel right, it's just immediately I'm going somewhere else. You know, like because it's to me that the world needs authenticity, and the world needs truth, and just a recent kind of thing for me is like I think the world needs positivity, and there has been a lot. You're right about the analysis that there's been a lot of messages that the undertones, like the lyrics, might be darker, but it's like kind of presented in an upbeat way, and that was never really intentional. But I'm glad it came off that way to a lot of people, and I think more so lately, I'm just gonna try to go full positive because I think that's what I need in my heart. I think that's what the world needs.
I've been thinking that recently too. Like, I don't think it's easy for people to be, I guess, judgmental of like, there's all of this shit going on in the world, and there is, but there has to be room for, I think, people to come together and for there to be positivity and hope on the back end of it. Otherwise, what the fuck are we doing here?
Right.
You know?
And it's been tough for me sometimes because I'll see like I'm not like no one's like I don't think anyone's gonna like say Rhodes is like, oh, Rhodes is like this happy guy. Like I'm like no, I'm alright, like I'm just pretty even keeled. But I've seen people in the past, I'm like, there's no way this dude is like this happy, or like the music like reflects this person like there's no way. But now I think I understand. I hope I understand. Even if I don't understand, I'm cool with this sort of resolution. That it's just like this is what I want to put out there because this is what I internally need. It might not be like necessarily true all the time, but it's like what I think I need and what other people might need, and like I'm loving that resolution personally right now because like it's just pointing me in this whole new direction.
So you have how many kids?
I just got one little boy.
You got one little boy. You were reading a book on parenting.
Yeah.
What did you read in that book that like you're trying to incorporate into your daily life?
I just read it last year and I can't remember the name of it now, but it was it's like basically how to raise an intelligent sort of child. But like, you know, as it relates to discipline, he talks about like, you know, you remove emotion from the equation. It's just kind of like cause effect, and here it is, and there's no emotion involved. That was a big one. I mean, the screen time's a big one. You know, like the raised voices and sort of thing. Everything's got to kind of be like on the level and not emotional. So
I can hear it. I can hear it in you. Like you are very even keeled. Like not a, you know.
I try to
grounded. I like it.
I'm definitely grounded. That's for sure. Yeah.
Do you have any pre-show rituals?
I try to take 10 deep breaths and do a little stretching. Other than that, just like being myself. And there's very seldom an occurrence where there's like nerves anymore.
Really?
It would take a lot.
Damn.
It's just like drugs. Like you just need more and more to kind of get the same.
For sure.
And like, I don't know. My number's pretty high now. I don't know what it would be. Maybe several thousand people would make me nervous. I don't know, something like that.
Nah, I think I don't know. You seem like a pretty confident guy. I feel like once you start, you're like, oh, I got this, and people are very receptive to it, you know?
Yeah. There was time, we're not playing for tens of thousands of people or anything like that, but there was, before our first Red Rocks appearance with Dirty Heads a few years ago, we played a Guardians game for 30,000 people. And it was like, we were like broadcasted over the whole stadium, and that I was really nervous. But like once we did great, we dominated that, and then like just the confidence, like the layer of confidence I got from that was so good. So everything since then just been like kind of like easy.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Doesn't hold a candle. So I find, as I mentioned, your music to be like a good vibes kind of escape. What other than music is that for you?
Lately, it's just a lot of reading. I work out. As far as music goes, I get the most like fulfillment out of like writing. I love being excited when I have new ideas in the studio and sharing that excitement with whoever's in the room. Like everyone's like, I love like, oh bro, like everyone.
Yeah.
Like that's the best feeling. I love performing too, but like I think that takes the cake for me.
Do you write albums like conceptually, like, or do you write songs and then you put them all together?
I'd say we're trying to do a little bit of both, more so lately, and try to be like a more cohesive. Here's like a whole idea, a whole concept. But for many years, it's just been like, we couldn't even keep it in like the same 4 genres. It would just be like, this song's over here and this song's over here, and like here's a record kind of thing. Trying to get a little better at that.
No, I think that's what makes you guys so awesome. Is that, and that was kind of going to be one of my questions. Was it intentional? And I think I know based on your previous couple responses what that's going to be, of like there's a beautiful blend of like reggae and hip hop and so much funk that I love. Did you know that it was going to be just like varietal like that, or were you just like, this is what I enjoy making, this is the flavor of the day, and this is what we're going with, we're going to put it all together and see if it works?
Yeah, it's definitely like, definitely was like not intentional to just like, hey, let's do 6 genres in an album. Because I don't think that works. Like more times than not, that did not work in our favor. But
really?
Nah.
People just didn't.
It's a double-edged sword, because you look at like there's like scenes, like saying, so you certainly like, if you fit in a scene, like you kind of like are fixed to like a sound usually or something. But if you're making like 10 different sounds, you may or may not like kind of fit in that box. But you look at people like the Chili Peppers who like bend cross a bunch of different genres, and it makes them unique, and people like you more because you're like doing this diverse thing. So you're like kind of straddling these two things, but it was never, we didn't even think about stuff like that. We were just like, this is cool, let's do this song, that song. Never was it like, does this make sense in a scene or on an album or anything else? It was just like, I like a little bit of plucking a banjo and making a folk song. We have songs that like have like tubas and like, just none of it makes sense, but like, it was all stuff we loved.
My mind is so blown right now, because I guess I just expected you to be like, this was totally intentional. We came up with these songs like front to back, just like this. Wow. We knew it was gonna be. And I love that you're just like super grounded, super intuitive, and just kind of going where the universe is taking you.
I'm trying to nowadays, yeah.
Yeah, and it's gone pretty well in my opinion.
Thank you.
So Tropidelic started, and I didn't realize this was you founded, Everwild Festival.
Yeah, we're like
in Ohio,
one of the partners. Yeah.
Which started as like just kind of a fun, and once again, I'm noticing a common theme, fun kind of college party.
It was a backyard pool party.
Yeah. How, what was that like, starting a festival and like building it? Or
it was incredible. I mean, it was not without the help of a bunch of people and partners and so forth, but it went from a backyard pool party, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago or 12 years ago, to what was 5,000-6,000 people the last couple years.
Damn.
Which is wild. But we want to be a cultural movement for the Midwest. Actually, someone said that earlier, and I just jocked it. But like, I love it. There's nothing quite like what we're doing in our part of the country, and we're proud of that.
For sure.
It's such a big hip hop city. Like, there's so much good MCs that came out of Minneapolis. Like Prof now too, like leading the charge with a lot of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of great music in the Midwest. And Cleveland's like a big like metal and hip hop place, so we're kind of like
you metalhead?
Nah, not at all. I'm a hip hop head.
Okay.
And I like bluegrass and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, I'm into bluegrass.
Who, if I wanted to like start listening to bluegrass, who would be an artist that you'd be like, you must listen to?
He probably like Green Sky Bluegrass or Trampled by Turtles. Those are kind of like the big names. I mean, he's not bluegrass, but like the guy, like my favorite artist in like the last 10 years is like Tyler Childers.
Oh yeah, okay.
Have you heard of him?
I have heard of him.
He's a very good songwriter. So that's the kind of stuff I listen to.
That's gonna be our cue to leave.
Power drill.
Yeah, right? I wanted to mention it because I know so many acts that started playing there, and it was just like, holy shit, what is this festival?
You guys
and
should
like,
come. You guys should come
yeah.
while
That's gonna be added to the list for sure. Check out Tropidelic on the road. And I think we'll see you guys shortly.
Sounds good. Appreciate you.
Cool.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Take care.